Hello, everyone. I had some time in my schedule today just free up. So I wanted to just come on live and be of service here. I got a lot of positive feedback about my marketing post yesterday, and I was talking about how you can come from being always up in the mind, asking, where are my clients? And I have to hire a marketing coach and all of that, and really coming into your heart. And so I'm going to go through three things that entrepreneurs get stuck in, that maybe you're putting this content out there or you're messaging to your clients, but they're not reaching out to you. They're not being activated to want to hire you now. And I'm going to shift and show you how to strengthen some of those things that you might not even realize are blocks for you. So, one of the first things that I see in a lot of the clients that I work with is the number one thing is sometimes just lack of clarity. So, maybe you're posting things out there and in your mind, okay, I am a functional medicine practitioner and I help people to feel better. I work with hormones, or maybe you work with pregnancy and helping new moms, whatever that is for you, you have a specific niche and you're clear on that. But then when you go to post out in your marketing, your copy, it's not really activating people to work with you. And it might be because of this lack of clarity. So, one of the things that you can do to tighten that up is to really get into the mind of your ideal client. So, I'm just going to use weight loss as an example because it's the easiest thing to think of. So when you're thinking of your person, your yes client, who, if they just dropped right into your lap today, you'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly who I want to work with. If you haven't already done this, one thing you can do is to just whiteboard it out or write out a list of, okay, who is this person? Where do they go? Are they going to yoga studios? Are they Googling certain things about the problem that they have? If you haven't already done that, literally go through and write out your yes client and get really specific. Where do they hang out? What are the Facebook groups they're in? What are they doing throughout the day? Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they people who are, pharmacists? Are they healthcare professionals? Whatever that is, just really getting clear is going to help you really get into the mind of what is this person really struggling with. And sometimes when your messaging is too vague, it can kind of be like, oh, that's cool. Like, she's a functional medicine person or health coach or whatever it is that you're doing. But getting more clear and specific is going to help that person self-identify and be like, oh my gosh, that's me. She's talking to me. I actually had somebody reach out last week and they were like, yeah, I just watched your Facebook Live and that is exactly what I'm going through. So you want to activate those people to self-identify and say, hey, that's me. So getting more clear in your messaging comes from getting into the mind of your yes client. So again, writing out, who is my yes client? Maybe for you, that person is, like I said, a mom, or they go to yoga class, or they're always at the gym. Just really getting into their habits, what are their big pain points, their thoughts that they're thinking throughout the day. How do they wake up feeling in the morning? What are their top things that they worry about? Like for me, it is, my ideal client is obviously like, empath entrepreneurs, pharmacists. And so one of the big things that I hear a lot is about imposter syndrome, or some of those blocks around perfectionism. And so people are struggling with getting clients. That's a big pain point, and something that a lot of my clients are always like, how do I get more clients? And so I think that this is really going to serve you in helping activate your audience and help you to get more clients. So again, what is in their mind? What is this person ruminating about during the day? What are they feeling when they wake up in the morning? What does that look like? And really getting and distilling down, writing out, what is that for your client? Are they afraid to be seen in their life because they put on 30 pounds and now they wake up and they want to hide? Just getting clear about not only the thoughts, but the feelings that they're feeling. And in my Monetize Your Magic e-course, I help you to distill down exactly how to write magnetic messaging frameworks so that you can activate your audience to reach out to you, because you're really getting to their pain point and to what it is that they want. What is that outcome? What is the bridge that you help people with? Like, where are they now, and where is your transformation going to lead them? So when you have that really, I guess I'll use the word strong content, that's when you start to see people reaching out. Hello, Emily, I see you. Hello. And feel free to ask any questions here. I'm more than happy to help out. Okay, so lack of clarity could be something that is showing up in your messaging, like you're kind of just posting these things that aren't really specific to your ideal client, that they're like, oh my God, she gets me. That's really what activates people to, want to book with you, book a call, whatever that is. The second thing that I see a lot is kind of this like rah rah cheerleader content. Hello. I love the waves. Yes. So, and again, like there's no judgment whenever I'm saying this, because, I've done it too, but a lot of people will post like these really inspirational quotes, or, things that are very inspiring, and that's great. But what is really going to activate those people is, number one, you sharing more of yourself. And this is really where a lot of your own blocks might be coming up whenever you're going to share, whether it's something vulnerable or something that, like, I don't want to brag. I've kind of posted some of this, if you go back in this group and you see some of the things that I've been posting recently, I've been talking about some of these blocks. Like, people have the fear of being seen because, I put on some extra weight and I don't want to show up on camera, or whatever that is for you. And it's that limited self-expression or staying back in fear that can prevent you from being fully self-expressed. And so that's what I've been talking about, Release and Rise. That's really what that program is designed to help you do, to unleash your brilliance in the world. And when you do that, when you're not afraid of people unsubscribing from your newsletter list, you're not afraid of sharing things from your past, it's truly that next level of being unlocked with your audience, because your audience, they're people. They want to connect with your heart. They're not up here being like, wanting to connect with and of course, like, I'm not saying that your certifications and your intellect and all of that is nil, but think about when you're looking for a solution or something that you're being challenged with, you want a person. You want someone that's going to be, raw and real with you, of like, hey, this is how I can help you. And you almost get to know that person through your content. Like, I'm sure a lot of you know about my dad, and that, he has cancer and all of these different things. I purposely share that because I want you to get to know me. Aside from how I can help you, I want you to know me as a person. And so reading my books, looking at my content, there's an intentional reason why I do the things that I do. And I do it because I want you to know me. There are so many people out there that are business coaches, health coaches, whatever it is. And so how do you differentiate yourself? It's through allowing your audience to know you. And that only comes from you being able to share authentically who you are, what is your magic, what is your brilliance, without feeling like you need to not share certain things, or I can't brag, or whatever that story is. Been planning on getting more personal. Absolutely. And it's scary the first time that you do it. It can be really vulnerable, especially if it's a topic that you might have held a lot of shame around. And shame loves to hide in the dark. So that can be something that it can feel really scary when you go to share that piece of information or that story, but it actually helps people to connect more with you, rather than just being on that intellectual level of like, this is how I can help you and da 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 da. And part of that, almost the thing that I want to share too, that's coming to my intuition now, is like the rah rah content and the cheerleading posts that people post. It doesn't really allow people to see you, to see all the different aspects of who you are. And so it's a very kind of 3D, one dimensional, or three dimensional aspect of you, when in reality, you are a 360-degree version of you. And it's really showing up as that person and allowing people to see I make mistakes. I have rosacea. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not. And that's what people appreciate. So, how do you differentiate yourself? It's through your stories. There's a million health coaches out there, there's a million functional medicine, pharmacogenomic, whatever it is that you do. When you put your soul signature, your frequency out into the world, that's what activates people. So, keeping that in mind for the second point. So, how can you begin to start challenging your audience? Something that can hold people back from actually saying things that might be triggering or really having a strong position on a topic. And I'm not saying to go like post about the election or COVID or anything like that, but just really asserting yourself like, hey, this is what I believe in. The fear that can come from that on the other side is like, oh, what are people going to say? How are they going to react to what I'm saying? And that fear of being rejected or having someone say something in response to a stance that you have can be another block that people don't even think about. Like, I don't want to get judged or criticized, so I'm just going to stay small and keep posting these really inspirational, messages or pictures of flowers. And that's fine if that's where you want to stay. But if you're watching this video, if you're in this group, knowing you don't want a mediocre life. You want to experience the full range of your capacity, and that's what is available to you, but you have to be able to unlock that and not care who unsubscribes from your newsletter list, who has something to say about it, because you're safe, and it's anchoring that safety within you that allows you the space and the capacity to receive more, to get to that next level, to earn more money, and to make a bigger impact on the people in your life, which is what I know you want. So, number three, a mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is that you're not really connecting the dots to how you can serve your clients. So, you might be kind of posting these vague things out there. Maybe you're posting like the rah rah content, as I call it, but how do people actually connect the dots to work with you, to hire you? And this can be something that's so overlooked, but something that you can do at the end of each post. You're sharing your expertise, give a call to action. Maybe it's like, hey, and if you're wanting more information on this, let's schedule a call together. Let's fill out this questionnaire and let's connect on, do it through your Calendly or whatever it is. Drop an emoji, let me know a comment. You want to be engaging with your audience. It's not just like, hey, I'm going to put all of this marketing out and all of this content out and just let it fall on deaf ears. You want people that are really ready for transformation, whatever the transformation is that you give. And so connecting the dots and having that magnetic messaging, like I was saying before, that's going to help activate the people to, want to reach out to you, but two, giving a clear call to action. A lot of people are just like, hey, here's this thing, and like, here's this inspirational quote. Okay, well, how do people work with you? Send them to your website, send them to a freebie, or invite them to your Facebook group, get them on your newsletter. These are the ways that you start building rapport and connecting the dots to how you are the expert that is going to help them get that transformation. And so, again, kind of just summing up everything that I said, and my coach talks about this a lot. Instead of being the likable expert of like, hey, I'm here and this is what I do, how can you start to really own all of these aspects of yourself? And I know that a lot of fear, a lot of worry can come up in your nervous system. And we talked about this yesterday, if you saw Angela and my Facebook Live, about how to kind of calm your nervous system whenever you're in that phase of getting to the next level of your business and really stretching your comfort zone. These things are going to come up because your old patterning is going to say like, oh no, I can't do that. It's not safe for me to brag, or, quote unquote brag, or to share my accomplishments. And so that's why this inner work is so important. And a lot of people focus on like, oh, the strategy or the marketing. Yes, that has a place too, because you can't just be willy-nilly and just go put things out there. It's good to have intentional strategy, But even more so, this inner transformation work is going to help unlock something in you that is going to get you to that next level of self-expression. Because if we're only expressing this one, like, hey, I'm really happy, and this is, I want to, people please my way through to get you to come be my client, it's not going to work. And people can feel that energy versus being in your power, owning all of your brilliance, connecting to your heart, and writing from that place. When you know yourself so well and so intimately, like, hey, this is what my ideal client, my yes client needs to hear. I'm so tuned in, tapped into myself, that this is what I want to write about today. That's honestly how I get my content ideas. I literally just tuned in. I didn't have a plan for this Facebook Live. I was like, okay, God, source, spirit, what do people need to hear today? And it was literally boom, boom, boom. I spent 5 minutes looking over the content, and here we are. Like, I have my whiteboard over here, and like, boom. But a lot of people get stuck along the way of like not trusting themselves or not really tuning in, not knowing how to open yourself up for these divine downloads that are ready to come in for you. It doesn't have to be hard for you to have this content. Like, everybody is always like, well, how do I get, the marketing content? And I said, in my mind, I'm like, all you have to do is open up your intuition and tap into what feels good for you. But a lot of us are so disconnected from our intuition. And so all of these different aspects of, plugging into your intuition, knowing, okay, this is what I want my to impress upon the hearts of my ideal clients today. It becomes kind of this automatic thing once you work that muscle, right? If you go to the gym and you start lifting 5 pound weights, it might feel really uncomfortable because you haven't done it before. But then gradually you can hold 10 pound weights, then 20 pound weights, and you build that muscle. It's an energetic muscle. And so you're not going to go from like never having a client before to $250,000 a year, but you make these incremental shifts, these incremental upgrades to help you reach that level, reach that goal. And so it starts with this inner work. And it starts with you looking at these little pieces like, okay, where am I holding myself back and kind of people pleasing my audience and not really like rocking the boat, and I'm kind of playing it safe? Where is that showing up for you? And so that's what I'm going to be helping you do in Release and Rise. It's truly about unlocking that next level of your self-expression that's going to help you to activate your audience, to activate these yes clients, and start shifting into the person that does make whatever that income level is that you want, $250,000, $1 million, whatever that is. It starts with this inner work, this inner transformation of you releasing these blocks, releasing these old beliefs that, oh, that's not possible for me. Owning the identity of the woman who can have that amount of income, who can effortlessly and easily receive divine downloads, to put your messaging out, to put your personality out there and differentiate yourself from the thousands of other people that are out there. Because guess what? When you do this, when you put your frequency out, your ideal clients are going to be like, I need that. I need that person in my life. And I've seen it over and over and over again. People will randomly message me and say, like, I want to work with you. I loved your Facebook Live. It resonated with me. And so this is what I'm talking about here. If you want the needle mover for how to get more clients, strategy is great, but it's the inner work of you being unleashed. And so that's what I'm inviting you into. If this is really resonating with you, I invite you to direct message me and I will send you an invite for Release and Rise. This is going to be that next level of you to embody the confidence, embody that level of power that you don't care who unsubscribes. I'll just tell you, just flat out, I had 7 people unsubscribe from my newsletter the other day, and I was like, cool. All right, I guess God's clearing the way for new people to come in. And it's because I'm showing up with more power. It's because I've shifted over the last few months. And that's okay. They can leave. If you don't like this video, you can leave. That's okay too. It's being so anchored in yourself and so strong that you have a mission to share. You have a message to share with people. It's having that unshakable confidence in yourself. And if you're watching this, I know that you are ready to unleash that next level of you. So I invite you to message me, we'll chat. I'll ask you a couple questions to make sure it's a good fit for Release and Rise, and then we'll schedule a call. So feel free to write any questions that you have about these 3 points. It was lack of clarity, the rah-rah content, and connecting the dots to how people can help, how you can help people. So I'll be watching this Facebook Live for any comments, any questions that you have in the next day or so. I'm not going to be coming on live again this week, but just want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Feel free to reach out to me for any questions, and happy Thanksgiving. Oh, hi, Renee. I see you. I see some people joining now, but I am leaving, so I will see you on the next call. Bye.